Hi, my name is Brittany, and I'm proud to be the first ever JDC BBYO Fellow here in Denmark. It's actually pretty special to me to be a BBYO Fellow. This year marks 9 years since I joined my local chapter, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. BBYO has really shaped who I am today. It helped me grow as a leader, it helped me choose what I wanted to major in college, and it's given me some of the best mentors and the biggest support systems that I could ask for. And so, because of the impact that BBYO had on me, I've known since day one that I want to be involved in the Jewish community for the rest of my life. And being a fellow this year is really the first step in that. But I have to say, I took for granted the opportunities that I have as a Jewish American to be involved and engaged in my community. When I came to Denmark this year, I saw what it was like for a community that didn't have teen programming yet, and how, in their own words, there was a black hole where the teens were supposed to be. There was a big dropout rate because there was a whole section of their lives where they weren't engaged. And I'm so happy to be helping this year create more teen engagement programs. One of the biggest successes that we've had on the ground so far is creating a Nordic Jewish Teen Leadership Convention. That means this past January, we got together about 30 teens from Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland here in Copenhagen to have a whole weekend based around leadership and what that means in their Jewish communities. For a group of kids that hasn't had a lot of opportunities before, this was huge. They were so excited to finally have a chance to take ownership, to make their voices be heard, and to plan a whole weekend that was for themselves and made by themselves. The way it started was we had a meeting in December in Sweden where we got together a few representatives from each community. Together we built the schedule for the weekend and we divided up the programming slots so everyone knew how long they had, when they were planning it, and we would be ready to go when it came to January. At the actual conference, I can tell you for my teens, they were so excited after they ran their program. The teen leaders came right up to me and wanted to tell me all about how their different discussion sections went, how excited they were, how each time they ran the discussion, even though it was the same questions, they got totally different answers, and it was so interesting to see how each group kind of created its own community and their own ideas. And I loved hearing that, because I remember what it felt like when I was a teen, when I ran programs, and I remember those feelings. It's so good to see that I can bring what BBYO gave to me to people abroad. And so that's one of my favorite parts of being a fellow. I felt this sentiment pretty strongly too when I brought 2 teens to BBYO's International Convention this year in Baltimore. I've been to IC 5 times, twice as a teen, once as a volunteer, and now twice as staff. And I have to say that this time was the most special for me. I couldn't be more proud of my 2 teens and how they were at IC. They were taking on leadership opportunities left and right, always raising their hands, trying to be involved in the discussions, and just being absolute models of what I could ask for Jewish leaders. It made me really excited for the future here in Denmark. And on a personal note, my 2 teens were taking on a lot of leadership opportunities that I had when I was a teen. One of them was on the IC Press Corps, and I spent 3 years on BBYO's teen PR team. Press Corps is the new version of it, and PR team is what helped me decide that I wanted to major in marketing when I went to school. And so it was great to see one of my teens being involved in that and to see how that program's evolved. My other teen has been a member of the Global Networking Committee this year, and I was actually on the first version of that back in my senior year of high school when it was called the Global Ambassadors Network. And so it's so incredible to see the continuity, to see how these things are growing and developing, and to help getting new kids involved in it. I can't say how cool it is for me to have this opportunity this year to be overseas, to be developing Jewish programs, and to be helping smaller communities grow and thrive, and to bring opportunities to teens here that I took for granted when I was in the States. And so I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who makes this possible and for giving me this opportunity to bring more to the community of Denmark. I'm really happy with what I'm able to do here, and I'm excited to see what continues to happen as we move forward. So thank you for everything.